Fish in a Tree, Chapters 6, 7, 8, and 9. In this lesson, we're going to figure out what happens in all those chapters, and we're going to do a ballet or another kind of dance for Chapter 9, Bag Full of Nothing, which is actually, I think, show and tell. Chapter 6, Triple-Sided Coin. This chapter takes place in a pawn shop, and some of you might not know what a pawn shop is. A pawn shop is full of stuff. Let's see what we got here. We got bows, we've got jars full of stuff, we've got jewelry, coins, knives, deer heads. It's a place where you trade your stuff to get money. But it's got a really bad interest rate, so it's not the best way to get money. This is the deal. Let's say you have something of value, a ring. You give it to the pawnbroker and he gives you money. In less than 60 days or 30 days or 100 days, depending on the pawnbroker, you come back, give money back to the pawnbroker, you get your thing back. So let's say you have a $100 ring. You get $30 for it. So the pawnbroker has it and he gave you $30. To get it out of pawn, you need to pay $50. Now you have your $100 ring and the pawnbroker has $20 profit. But what happens if you don't want to come back? You just want to keep your $30. Well, now the pawnbroker has a $100 ring that they only paid $30 for. So they put it in the case for $75. And let's say someone pays $50 for it, they still make their $20 off of it. Some pawnbrokers are reputable and some pawnbrokers are not reputable. Travis and Allie encountered a not so reputable pawnbroker. So they go into the shop and Travis pretends to be a rube with a B. That is someone who is not sophisticated, like a country person who doesn't know city ways. And a lot of people try to take advantage of that type of person. So he's playing dumb. He fans out his money that he got from the Coke machine. Not a smart move if you're going to negotiate. Remember his Coke machine that he restored? He says, I want to buy a coin. This is the obverse of that 1933 coin. This is the coin I want to buy, a Liberty coin. He's shown something, and then when he examines it, he says, can you give me something that's not treated with nitric acid? And the pawnbroker's face falls. The pawnbroker has been artificially aging coins and selling counterfeit coins, which is against the law. You go to jail for that sort of thing. So Travis says, this is felony fraud, and I can call the cops, or you can give me a really good price on a 1933 Liberty coin and throw in a Mercury dime for my sister. Boys and girls, this is some amazing negotiation because he gets both coins. And I looked up the prices of these coins. These coins are worth more than 2 of those restored Coke machines. So then he says to his sister, when people have low expectations of you, you can sometimes use it to your advantage. As long as you don't have low expectations for yourself, you hear? I like Travis. I find him very interesting. I'd like to know him. Anyway, we're on to chapter 7. No Grandpa's Here. Albert is quirky and chunky, and his clothes are old. Jessica and Shay say mean things and do mean things, and they're generally mean to Albert. Mr. Daniels says, that isn't cool. We don't do that here, Jessica and Shay. And let me look up the name of the first teacher, that teacher who went out on maternity leave. What's her name here? Anyway, the teacher who went out on maternity leave, she didn't call Jessica and Shay on their meanness. She didn't say we don't do that here. Remember, Allie got in trouble back with the whole yellow card thing, but Jessica and Shay were mean and they should have gone to the principal too. So this is different. Now Albert knows he's not going to be made fun of. Allie knows he's not going to be made fun of, but Jessica and Shay also know that too. And that's super important. Chapter 8, Real Trouble. All we learn in this is Mr. Daniels, though he's very nice, will not let Allie get away with not doing work. So that assignment of writing about herself, she still has to do it. Which brings us to chapter 9. A bag full of nothing, the one we're going to act out. Mr. Daniels wants students to bring in something that represents them. A personal show and tell. Shay brings a picture of herself on a horse. Jessica brings a picture of her friends. Oliver brings a picture of a lamp. Oliver brings in a lamp. Albert brings in a mysterious clear liquid. He calls it H2O, hydrogen dioxide, and he talks about all of its properties, how it can dissolve things, and it's a chemical, and then he takes it and he drinks it, and everyone goes, because they think he's going to die because it's poison. Everything he's been saying describes water, and he just gave the whole class a chemistry lesson. Because remember, he's quirky, so he's kind of a science nerd, which is really neat. So, do you think the mean kids are plotting now? Think about it. Albert is cool when he does the thing with the water. He is interesting, and he made everybody smile. I think that would make someone who wishes they were popular but aren't really because they're just mean. I think that would make them kind of insecure. We'll watch ahead for that, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. So we have all of these people who bring in show and tell. So Suki brings in wasabi peas. Keisha brings in a cupcake. Allie brings in a steel penny. Pennies were made of steel in 1943. And she just thought that was kind of cool that they couldn't be made of copper because the war was going on, World War II. So your assignment, what would you bring to show and tell something that represents you? Find something that you would bring to school for this assignment. If your show and tell was a dance, what would be the music for it? Pick the music for your show and tell. My show and tell would probably be a Lizzo song, and I'm not going to tell you which one it is because it's not school appropriate, but it would definitely be Lizzo. And I have to search around and figure out what I would do for show and tell. But it would be really cool. So you're going to do a dance for the show and tell, a lot like Clara and the Nutcracker. When she gets the Nutcracker, she does this dance with it and she cracks a couple nuts with it. Anyway, I've got a video of it. It's about 1.5 minutes, and that's in the assignment along with this video. If you want 100 points for this assignment, send me a picture of the video. Remember, it doesn't have to be your body. You can dance with stuffies and action figures. Or you can get 85 points just for watching this. Good luck. I miss you still. It's almost summer, and I miss you.